Merry Christmas, Retro Crew. This holiday season, we're going to talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, starring Chevy Chase.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons.
I'd say this is probably most people's favorite comedy Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's definitely up there on my list of Christmas movies, too.
It's up there.
It's probably the most quoted Christmas movie ever. Even people that don't quote movies usually quote this movie around Christmas time.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it's probably my favorite of the vacation movies, too.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite of the vacation movies.
That's my favorite, too.
It's like everything that could go wrong doesn't go wrong to Clark. He has this high expectation for the perfect Christmas at his house, and he has the family over, and they're all just crazy. And
well, once the family all gets there, he's outside most of the time.
yeah,
Setting up the lights or playing around, or
It's just messing around.
he does go out sledding with his kids and
Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah,
I knew his name, but Lenny was stuck in my head, and that's all I could think about. I knew it wasn't Lenny.
not Lenny.
Not Lenny!
But yeah, Uncle Eddie, he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's funny. He's probably the funniest character of it.
Yeah.
And like I said when we were watching it, I think he's mild compared to the rest of the family.
Yeah, he is.
Like the in-laws, they're all
We're all thinking it.
putting him down and not helpful at all or on anything like that. They're just annoying.
yeah,
to the
especially
extreme.
his in-laws,
Mhm.
his wife's father and mother.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Eddie at least means well. He's just not bright.
All
So,
they ever do is put Clark down the entire movie.
like when he's stuck in the attic, they're like, "He's got a car, he can drive."
Yeah.
Instead of like looking for him.
I hated when the mother-in-law came out and locked him up in the attic.
Yeah.
Like,
Instead
why
of
would she think the door was down? The
Yeah.
stairs were down.
yeah, at least be like, "Is someone up there?" Or
Yeah,
go up
they'll
and
just
check.
close it and walk away.
Right.
So rude.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't say anything at all until he got to the door. He could have yelled and been like, "Hey, I'm up here."
Yeah. Maybe he didn't realize until it was fully closed and ran over to check. I don't know.
That's no excuse.
But still, why would she close him up in there? And then to leave without him. Like,
Right. Yeah.
they're all there because of him.
Like wondering where Clark is. Maybe she'd be like, "Oh, the attic ladder was down. Maybe he's up there."
Yeah, something.
They're selfish and greedy.
They were just all horrible to him the whole time.
Yeah.
And he was the reason everyone was there for the big Christmas, too.
Yeah, I know. He probably paid to fly him out like he said he's going to when the pool was put in. Not like The Neighbors by, I don't know who played the guy, but Juliette Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah,
That's the lady.
yeah, Margot.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
They were,
Todd and Margot, they were weird neighbors.
well, they were annoyed by him, which is understandable. I think he'd be an annoying neighbor.
Yeah, he definitely would be. But they were kind of over the top with it. Like, most of the time they could just ignore what he was doing.
Yeah, for the most part, except when he broke their window and stereo. They
Yeah.
don't know exactly that he did it. They just assumed, I think. But
Yeah, they blinded him with the lights, or he
Yeah.
blinded them with the lights.
yeah, that part was funny too.
But they were going over the top with that too, like breaking stuff and falling downstairs. And
Yeah.
you don't have to like run around rooms when the lights go on that blind you.
Then I think they were used to it. Their eyes were adjusting and they went back off or
Yeah.
something. So.
And then they turned them back on after.
hmm And there was Brian Doyle Murray as his boss.
Yeah, he's
Like
funny too.
Yeah, he was. Because he's like a typical boss. He didn't really care about him or didn't remember his name or anything.
Yeah. And Clark was respectful to him and like 2 or 3 people after, and then he didn't care about any of the other ones.
No.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
But he's saying those things and he gets to the guy at the end, he's like, "Happy Hanukkah." Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
He cut out the Christmas bonus. And he seemed like a real cheapskate, but then they kidnapped him and like he changed his mind pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Like easier than he would have in real life if he would have at all.
Yeah, I don't think he would have. He didn't seem like a very nice guy.
No, he didn't. But I guess it wouldn't be a Christmas movie if the villain didn't learn a lesson
Yeah.
or something.
He was a little chilly.
The opening, like this entire movie's great from the opening scene to the end.
Yeah.
The end is only the weakest part, but it's still pretty good. Like you were talking about, he wouldn't have changed his mind that quick.
Mhm.
But the opening scene, they're like going to get a Christmas tree out in the wilderness. They're driving. They
Yeah.
run into that old truck,
Yeah,
that's giving them trouble. They're singing Christmas songs, and the second they stop, the wife starts to say that it was good or something, and he starts singing the second one.
yeah, and the kids aren't into it at all. They're like, you can tell they're annoyed or embarrassed.
Teenage kids, yeah, they're not into it.
Mm-hmm.
And Leonard Hofstadter is the son.
Yeah, Johnny Galecki.
Yeah. And then the whole thing, like, they get stuck under a truck, and they crash, and, like, get stuck in the snow, and Clark is just like, oh, we made a good time.
Made a pretty good time.
Like nothing bothers him, really.
But yeah, the things that happen to him, he doesn't, like, react scared to. Like, when the ladder slides down, he's like,
Yeah.
Or any of that kind of stuff. He's like a normal person would do.
Yeah, and then later on in the movie, he, like, flips out because he doesn't get his bonus.
Mm-hmm. He just gets a Jelly of the Month club or membership or whatever.
Membership to Jelly of the Month Club. And Uncle Eddie's like, that's the gift that keeps giving all year long.
Yeah.
That it is, Edward.
That it is indeed.
It's a 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
Clark, it's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
That it is, Edward. That it is indeed.
Just so much happens to him through the movie.
Mm-hmm. Then towards the end, you get Uncle Lewis and Aunt Bethany.
Oh, yeah.
They're like your typical old people. Like, he's just a jerk, and he destroys a tree, and he's just like, at least it's out of its misery.
Yeah.
Like, not sorry or anything. He's just like...
And then the stepfather is like, it was an ugly tree anyways.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even...
He doesn't even care.
Like, oh, that's a shame about your tree. It's just, it was an ugly tree. It's out of its misery. And that probably adds to when he flips out. Like, it starts building up from there. And then you have Bethany is just like...
I love that tree so much. And
then Bethany's just like your typical old lady. She, like, doesn't know where she is or what's going on, really. She just grabs anything in her house and wraps it up. Like, she wrapped her cat. She wrapped a Jell-O mold and that kind of thing. And it's a funny touch. I think they had some realism to it.
Yeah, and they were only there for the last night.
Yeah.
Or Christmas Eve, for the Christmas Eve dinner.
Yeah.
Lucky for them.
Oh, that family was rough. It would have been rough.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wanted to do a big old-fashioned family Christmas.
Like she said, he builds things up in his mind or something.
But it all worked out in the end for him. Kind of.
I guess. I mean, his house kind of got destroyed, but he got his Christmas bonus.
Your bonus.
My bonus.
And it's called Christmas Vacation, but they never actually make it to Christmas. They just make it to Christmas Eve in the movie. I guess technically they're on the Christmas Vacation, though.
As is typical in the vacation movies, he has that other woman in the movie that he has something with.
Yeah.
The sales lady at the store, then he fantasizes about her later. Which, I don't know, I think he's got himself a good wife. Anyway, I don't know why he'd have to fantasize about other women like he always does.
Clark is a weird guy.
A silly heart.
I mean, she seems pretty understanding and supportive and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she puts up with his nonsense. It's definitely one of the best vacation movies, though. Not one of the best, it's the best.
Yeah.
Eddie is in a couple others, too. I don't think any of the other families in any of the other movies.
No.
But Eddie's in 2 or 3 of them anyways.
Yeah, I know he's in the original. I don't know if he's in Vegas Vacation.
I think he's in Vegas. I think they need money and they stop at his house and he has it buried and they're looking for it through his yard.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's Vegas Vacation.
I'm not entirely sure.
But I don't think he's in European Vacation at all.
And I think he had his own spin-off Christmas Vacation, too.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Me neither, but I know they did make one.
I don't know why.
Might be good, but I couldn't imagine it being good. No offense to him, but...
Yeah, I think they were just banking on because he's probably one of the most popular characters from this one and the other one, so they were probably just banking on that. He is funny, but I don't know if he's strong enough character to carry his own movie.
No, I don't think so. I do quote this movie throughout the year, though, quite often.
Yeah.
It's not like just Christmas quotes.
No. I know there's...
I don't know how many times I said it's a quality item.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone buys anything.
Yeah, that's the one. I knew there was one that you always say, but I was trying to blank on that one.
Yeah. I say it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's like, hey, I got a new, I don't know, toaster. That's a quality item. Even if I haven't seen it, I say it.
Yeah.
It's a good quality item.
I don't know, it's just very quotable.
Yeah, quotable and good. And I wasn't feeling it at first when we were watching it this year, but then when it started up, I was just getting into it and remembering all the stuff and laughing at everything that happened anyway.
I even like the little Santa cartoon in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, there's no words or anything. It's just over a funny tune.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, everything that happens to Santa is just horrible.
Poor guy.
Like, first he falls off the roof when he's trying to get on, and then...
He's, like, testing it with his little foot. He's got his tiny little leg and foot.
Yeah, then he's trying to, like, climb up the chimney and he gets shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, his bag gets stuck and it pulls down through. Then a brick falls on his head.
Yeah. Then he
Lights
turns the gas
himself on fire.
Yeah.
Then he gets shot by a little cannon on the tree.
Yeah, a little cannon decoration.
Then a dog chases him and he jumps on the couch to get out and jumps through the roof instead of an open window next to him.
Yeah.
Then he like zip lines down on the candy cane.
Yeah, and the lights make a funny noise when they break.
Yeah. It's like part of the tune.
Yeah.
It's just a funny cartoon to start the movie with. And they didn't need to do that, but
No.
Life has its little bonuses.
it just kind of set the tone for the movie before it even actually started. It's just like all the bad stuff that was happening is like what happens to Clark.
Mm-hmm. He tries to do the simplest things and it goes awry.
Nothing works.
And it's funny when he actually turned on his lights, like the power dimmed around everywhere else, and they turned up the power of the plant.
Yeah, as you had the meter and the needle was spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went overboard. What did he say? Like 35,000 or 25,000 lights?
Yeah, 25,000. 100 strands of 25, I think he said.
Yeah. And then he said he checked everyone, and they're like, you have to check each individual bulb. He's like, I did that.
That'd be a non-stop job because there'd always be one out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's an endless nightmare.
Especially with that many.
Yeah.
As much as they fell and slid off the roof and...
Yeah, and then when he finally did get it going, the father-in-law just said the little lights aren't blinking.
Thanks for noticing, Art.
Yeah, he had to find fault in it somehow. Instead of just being like, oh, good job.
Yeah, then when they weren't working, they were mean about it too.
Mm-hmm.
The daughter was like, you worked really hard on that.
Yeah, she was
They're like,
sticking up for him.
Yeah, so do washing machines. They had nothing nice to say about him at all, ever.
No.
I don't know. They're probably the worst characters in the movie.
Yeah, they are. But his mother and father-in-law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his mother and father were pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like the line where he's like, you tell me everything I know about exterior illumination.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, what is there to know, really?
I don't know.
It's a weird compliment to give, and the dad, loved it.
Yeah, he was a nice guy, him and the mom. They were a bit zany, but
yeah,
nice
they're
enough.
definitely zany. There's so many good parts of it. There's not one scene that's out of place, I don't think, or weird.
No.
They all seem to fit in.
I don't know, maybe when it showed the neighbors getting home from a run and saying they wanted to get a glass of wine and whatever.
Maybe, but I think that was leading up for the next part they were in.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's when he finally turned the lights on, and they're in there, just wanting to relax, which was the main part of that scene.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Just don't think about it.
They kind of led into the next thing. I think that's all I have to say about it. We could keep going for sure.
Yeah, we could.
I don't want to ruin the whole movie if you haven't seen it. If you haven't, you definitely have to. It's a classic for sure.
Yeah, definitely worth
Was it
seeing.
from '89?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty early. It's right on that cusp where comedy was starting to get a little raunchier, I think. Alright, so let us know if you've seen this, if you like it. Let us know what your favorite Christmas movie is. Like, comment, subscribe. There'll be an orb over here. Watch one of these two videos, and we'll see you in the future.
Let's talk more about the past.